Welcome to the Data Hall YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about how do we calculate weekly, monthly or yearly beta in R. So we first are going to show you how do we calculate beta, then how do we calculate beta for each stock, for each year, for each month, and for each week, right? So this is how it is going to be. We are going to use CAPM to calculate the betas. So firstly, let's load this package. If you haven't installed the Tidyverse package, you first need to install this Tidyverse package. I have already installed it, so I'm just going to load this package. Next, I'm going to load this example dataset that I have created for this video purposes. We have different stocks. For example, we have Apple, Microsoft, etc. In this dataset, we have their stock prices, the S&P 500 index, and the risk-free rate. Let me show you the structure of this data. You can see that these are numerical variables, but this symbol is a character variable and date is considered as character variable. Although we need to tell R that this is a date variable and it should not be read as a character variable. So the way is to take this data frame, this data frame, and create a column date, which is already there, but we would just replace this column and specify this function dmy, which would tell that our date is in the date, month, and year format. And that would tell R that we have date column, which should be read as date rather than as a character column. Now, once that is done, what we need to do is we need to calculate the risk-free return, the returns, the market return, because we have index and we have stock prices, right? So what we do is we take the data frame, data frame, group by symbol, and this is necessary. Otherwise, R would not know that there are different firms. We create this RI column, which is stock return. That would be log of price divided by lag price. Similarly, we create market return. We create RIRF, which is the excess stock return, MKTRF, which is excess market return. And we only select the variables that we are interested in this video. Rest of the variables would be deleted. So if I can show you this data frame, we only have date, symbol, RIRF, and the excess market return. Next, I am going to execute a regression where I use the LM function. We regress the RIRF, which is excess stock return on excess market return, and the data frame that we need to use is called data. If I execute this, the regression had been executed, but we do not see any results in the console. We just see this model object created. If I can show you the coefficients, we can see that this is the beta for our data. Now, we had multiple firms in our data and we just have one beta. The reason is that it took all the data and executed the regression on that. If you only want to look into the market, the beta, because over here it shows the intercept and the beta as well. If you just want the beta, then you would extract the second element from this list. Now this just gives us the beta for whole data, but this is not what we are interested in. We are usually interested in a beta for each firm. So this is where we discuss how do we generate a beta for each stock. The idea is quite simple. We take the data frame, we group by symbol. This is where it tells R that there are different firms and these firms are separated by a column called symbol. We summarize, that would create a column beta, and that would be the coefficient from the regression of this LM function that we have already discussed over here, regression of excess stock return on excess market return, and we get the second element as we discussed over here, right? If I execute this, it would create an object over here, which gives us, we have 4 stocks and we get a beta for each stock. Now, sometimes you might be working on certain research project where you'd want to calculate beta for each firm for each year, right? For that, we first want to calculate a column. We want to create a column that would, because in our data, we do not have a column that will specify the year variable. So we need to extract year from the date and create a column that would have years over here, right? The rest of the code is exactly the same as we did over here, except that when we calculated beta for each stock, we just had to group by symbol. But if we want to calculate the beta for each stock each year, so you would group by the symbol and the year. If I execute this and show you the beta year, you can see that for Apple we had 12 years of data. For each stock we have 12 years of data, and we got 12 betas. Similarly, if we move forward, we want beta for each month. Then we take the data frame, mutate month, where we take the flow date function. So we want the flow date. So this flow date have an option of month, and this is just the formatting, right? This is just the format function. It won't matter if you don't use the format function and this element over here. The code will work exactly fine, but the format function is a great way of showing, formatting the data in a way that it looks like the first month of 2011, the second month of 2011, and so on and so forth. This formatting is done by this format function. So the idea is simple. We take the exact same code, but instead of year, we write the month, the column that we just created over here. And if I execute this, we should get beta for each month, each form, right? We have these betas for Apple stock. Now for year, the idea is exactly the same. We just create a column that holds the weeks of the year. We use this week as opposed to month, and we replace the format. If I can show you the data, you can see that the week column this is the first week of 2011, second, third, and we have 52 weeks for 2000 and for each year, right? And next is the same code as previous, and instead of month or year, we replace this group by with a week. So we group by symbol and week, and the rest of the case remains the code remains the same. It is going to take time because we are calculating a lot of betas. So these are the weekly betas that we have. So I hope this video was useful. Do subscribe to this channel, do hit the bell icon, and thanks for watching this video.